I switched to regular milk to prove my lactose-intolerant roommate keeps stealing from me. I live with 2 other guys in a shared apartment. We split all the bills, rent, utilities, Wi-Fi, down the middle. The only thing we don't share is groceries. From day one, we all agreed that everyone would be responsible for their own food. Whatever you buy, you label it, and nobody touches it unless they have explicit permission. Simple, right? Well, it's been almost a year, and one of my roommates, let's call him Ryan, has been stealing my food. And I don't mean once or twice. This has been an ongoing thing. I'd come home from work and notice containers of my leftovers gone, or my snacks mysteriously disappearing. I label everything. Everything. My name is literally written on each container. But the most frustrating part? My almond milk. I buy it because I genuinely prefer the taste. It's more expensive than regular milk, so I make it last. I usually only use it once or twice a week, but somehow by the end of the week, the carton is almost empty. I knew someone was helping themselves, and I had a pretty good idea who. Ryan denies everything, every single time. I've brought it up more than a few times, and each time it ends in a passive-aggressive argument. He acts completely clueless, then flips it and says I'm being paranoid or overdramatic. I know it's not my other roommate, Ben. We carpool to work since we have early morning shifts in the same area, and we're usually out the door before Ryan even wakes up. Ben's told me he's had food go missing too, just not as often. We're pretty sure Ryan just doesn't like what Ben buys. The irony here is that Ryan is extremely particular about his food. He'll come home from shopping and go out of his way to say, hey, this stuff's mine, just FYI. Like anyone's even interested in his gluten-free protein waffles. But sure. So, after yet another week of watching my almond milk disappear, I decided I'd had enough. I came up with a plan, not to hurt him, but to finally prove once and for all that he was stealing. I went out and bought a half-gallon of regular whole milk from the corner store and swapped it into the empty almond milk container. Ryan is lactose intolerant, not deathly allergic, but bad enough that dairy gives him stomach issues. The next day, which happened to be Saturday, Ben and I came home from work and were greeted by Ryan throwing an absolute fit. He was red-faced, pacing, yelling about how he'd spent 40 minutes on the toilet with horrible cramps and diarrhea. He was furious and yelling about how I should have warned him. I didn't even have to say much. I just looked him in the eye and said, so you have been drinking my milk. Boom. He went ballistic. Started shouting about how I poisoned him on purpose and how he only sometimes used my milk and maybe had a few bites of my leftovers now and then. But he was way more pissed about the fact that I switched the milk than the fact that he got caught red-handed. I told him straight up, none of this would have happened if he'd just kept his hands off other people's food, or at least admitted it when asked. I had no interest in starting drama. I was just sick of being gaslit and made to feel crazy. Ben backed me up 100%. He actually laughed a little and said Ryan had it coming after all this time. Now things are super tense in the apartment. Ryan is trying to convince Ben that they should kick me out, but what he doesn't know is that Ben and I have already started looking for a new place, just the 2 of us. We're both over it. The petty, the drama, the constant need to hide our stuff in our own home. I told a few friends what happened. Most thought it was funny, but a couple of them said I went too far by deliberately switching the milk, knowing what would happen. They said it was a trap and that I should have just confronted him again or let it go.